hey kids, it's so warm out and I'm so thirsty, so I asked Cooking Mama to make me some ice-cold lemonade. I just love drinking lemonade in July. There are so many fun things to do in July. And do you know what some of them are? Well, some of them are going to the beach and making sand castles. And I just love when my friends have pool parties too. I love flying kites and eating fruit since July is such a sweet month. Watermelons are my favorite. And did you kids know that July is our country's birthday month? That's right, it's the United States of America's birthday. And here's Father Time to tell us all about it. Now give Father Time a warm round of applause, kids. Here's Father Time.
Thanks, Rachel. Hey kids, I have some interesting information for you guys today. Most people in the United States celebrate the 4th of July, but do you know exactly why the holiday is so important to our country?
I don't know why, Father Time. Why is it so important for our country?
Well, Miss Rachel, imagine how you would feel if maybe an older brother or sister kept telling you what to do all the time and kept taking more and more of your allowance. Wouldn't you get angry?
I wouldn't like that.
Oh, I know, Miss Rachel, I wouldn't like that either. But that is how the colonists felt in the years leading up to 1776. England was trying to make the colonists follow their rules. People started getting mad and began making plans to be able to make their own.
Well, if they're unhappy, shouldn't they have become an independent, Father Time?
That's right, Miss Rachel. They no longer wanted England to tell them what to do. So, they decided to tell them that they were going to become an independent country.
Doesn't being an independent mean that you take care of your own self and making your own rules and providing for your own needs?
That's right, Miss Rachel. So once they came to the agreement to become independent, the U.S. Congress asked Thomas Jefferson to write a list of everything they needed to do to become their own independent country. Once Mr. Jefferson finished the list, together, Congress and Mr. Jefferson decided to call it the Declaration of Independence. On the 4th of July in 1776, everyone signed this list and made it their own.
Isn't this what made our country independent?
Yep, and that is why we call the 4th of July our country's Independence Day.
So, what is the Declaration of Independence? Is it just a piece of paper?
Silly Miss Rachel. No, the Declaration of Independence is not just a piece of paper, but it's a symbol of our country's independence and commitment to the certain ideas and rules that we follow. Our leaders, who wrote it, wanted it to be a simple way for all of our citizens to immediately think of the goals we should always be working for and about the people who fought so hard to make these ideas possible.
Oh, I get it. So, the Declaration of Independence gave us our own independence? That is so cool, Father Time.
I know. It's probably one of the best holidays we have in our country, since it has so much to do with our history and everyone who lives in the United States of America.
Wow, so much meaning. Well, kids, now that we luckily learned all about the true meaning of the 4th of July, thanks to Father Time, let's go into what the fun things we're going to be doing here on Kids Corner for the month of July. Let's see. Well, I was talking to Officer Safety before, and I know that he is going to be teaching us some beach and pool safety tips. And well, I think Nature Boy is going to show us how to make some simple yet solid sandcastles that you kids can practice to take up on your trip to the beach. And oh yeah, in honor of 4th of July, Miss Crafty is going to show us how to make a hat just like Uncle Sam. Then, you kids are going to have a great time learning how to make your very own kite with the crazy Dr. D. And of course, Nighttime Nanny, I'm sure, has a lovely summary book for us to read. Well, kids, have fun and enjoy the show. First, we're going to stop by with Officer Safety and say hi to him and see what tips he has to make our summer 100% safe by the beach or the pool.
Hey there, kiddos, it's me again, Officer Safety. Can you believe it's July already? Wow. I'm here today to remind you all about the safety tips that you can use at the beach or when you're swimming in a pool. One of the most important things is that you need to remember to put sunscreen on. and keep putting more on while you're outside in the sun. It's always important to protect your skin, but your eyes can get hurt too by the sun. So wear sunglasses to block the sun from hurting your eyes. Whenever you get to the beach or a pool, don't forget to check out the rules to make sure you don't break any of them. They are there to keep you safe. Always know where the lifeguard is and always listen to what they say. When you are swimming at the beach, it can be dangerous, so make sure you go swimming with a friend. Many other animals that live in the sea can hurt you too, like jellyfish. They can sting you, so make sure that you know you are swimming in a safe area. Well kids, I hope you remember all these tips all summer, but the most important tip is to have fun. Can't wait to have you here next time, and remember these tips. Bye!
Thank goodness you taught us all those great tips, Officer Safety, or you might have gotten hurt by the pools or stung by a jellyfish at the beach. Phew! Thank goodness we have you, Officer Safety.
Yes, thank goodness for Officer Safety. But I have even cooler news. Who loves watching to build sandcastles?
Oh, I do!
Well, did any of you know that around the world there are actually sandcastle building competitions? Isn't that crazy, Miss Rachel?
Really, Father Time? I'd never think that an actual competition for people who build sandcastles?
Yes, Miss Rachel. And in some countries, it's a very, very big deal. If you don't know any of these sandcastle competitions, then I bet you have no idea where the largest, tallest sandcastle was built.
I don't. Maybe Australia?
There
has to be a lot of sandcastles.
Yes, there has to be
right?
a ton of sand there, but no. It was actually built in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right here in America.
Really? No way. That's crazy. The tallest, largest sandcastle here in Myrtle Beach in the United States?
Well, witnesses say that it was actually 49.5 feet tall, Miss Rachel.
Whoa. I wonder how much sand they used to make that sandcastle.
Well, they actually used 300 truckloads. Isn't that crazy, Miss Rachel?
Wow. Maybe we could start making our own sandcastle skills right here on Kids Corner, because I know that Nature Boy is all ready and really excited to teach you kids how to make a smaller but easier sandcastle. Boy, am I excited. Well, kids, it's Nature Boy time. So get your sandboxes ready because Nature Boy has got a great, easy castle for you kids to make today.
Hey kids, I'm Nature Boy,
Flower Child here,
and today we're going to make a sandcastle, but not at the beach, we're going to make one indoors.
and with real sand too. But I wonder, is there any other kind, Nature Boy?
No, there's not.
Alright.
First off, sand doesn't really stick together unless it's wet. So we have some water we're going to pour on top.
In a jelly jar.
Fell apart. What happens is the water makes it so that the sand actually makes together and molds easier. So we make our castle. Now we have some utensils to actually use to make the castle walls, such as cups. You can use a bucket, a bowl, anything that makes a shape you can retain. Here, why don't you make the first one?
Alright, you're gonna take a scoop of sand, press it in, because you want to fill up all the areas. See, I got a little air pocket there, so I gotta press harder.
Yeah.
Then I take some more sand, put it in, cover up the head air hole. And then you level it out. And then you go, well, bam. I'm
Alright,
good.
so let me see if I do this right.
Alright.
Get everything in. Fill up so there's no air pockets. Got a little bit left. And then you smooth it out.
Correctamundo.
And then bam.
All set.
And you have your castle wall.
Alright, I'm going to work on the little detailed ones using these tiny little cups.
All right.
You can take care of all the big details.
I'm gonna use this our big cup for that one.
Your hat's always getting in the way there.
It's a big hat, Flower Child.
I have a question.
What's that, Flower Child?
Why do you wear a sombrero?
Because people ask me that all the time. It's because the sun gets in my eyes a lot, and regular cowboy hats just don't work. So I like something that's nice and big and round because it keeps the sun out of my eyes and out of my face.
Ah, good point. Now, as you see, I'm putting a little bit of detailing. These little cups filled with sand on top of the ones we've already made. I'm gonna do the same right here. Voila!
Wait, I got one more coming for you. Hold on. Bam.
Oh, so good. All right. Put some more detail in here. Now, I'm gonna take my 2 fingers and draw a moat around my
Our castle.
our castle.
I do believe you just got sand on my backfire, child. But it's all good.
But it's sand. Sand gets everywhere in every little crack and crevice. Now, I made my moat here. I wish I didn't use all the water because I'd put the water in here. Now, if only we had a gator to put in this moat. It'd be so much better.
Gators are always good. We have one more thing. We'll put one more little stack on here. And that should do it.
Alrighty. And the best part of Sandcastle, do you know what it is, bud?
What?
Destroying it. And then you can start anew.
It's like nature's Play-Doh.
Nature's Play-Doh.
Well, kids, that's all we have for this month. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy, I can't wait to make my very own sandcastle when I go to the shore this month. It looks really easy and, well, looks a whole lot of fun.
It sure does. So, you know how I was telling you kids before all about the meaning of the 4th of July and the Independence Day and the Declaration of Independence, about how America is independent and has its own set of rules and its own government? Where there is this famous figure, you could say, known as Uncle Sam, who symbolizes a lot of all this meaning for our country. He's usually shown as an older, white-haired man, like myself, whom is dressed up in all white, red, and blue clothing. But his main accessory to his outfit is his red, white, and blue top hat. Whenever someone sees a top hat like this, they immediately think of Uncle Sam and all that he symbolizes for our country. Isn't that interesting, how one character can symbolize so much? Well, I'm pretty sure our nutty Miss Crafty is going to show you kids how to make your very own Uncle Sam hat today, that you guys can wear at any time during July, but especially on the 4th of July, so you too are able to symbolize our country's independence. Take it away, Miss Crafty.
Why, hello there, kitties. Can you guys already believe it's the month of July? Hey, did you guys notice I wasn't wearing my hat today? That's because I'm going to show you guys how to make an Uncle Sam's hat. And from what Father Time taught you guys, you're supposed to know that's very important for the month of July. So, for this easy craft, we're going to need a ruler. I have a few just in case. Red and blue markers. Again, I grabbed a few more just in case one runs out. A white piece of paper, scissors, a white paper plate. If it has designs on it, that's okay. We're going to use this side. And some tape. Alrighty, first off, we're going to take the paper plate and you want to cut out a circle in the middle, but not too big because we're going to take this white piece of paper and fold it as a cylinder. So you want to make sure that's still going to be able to fit. Okay. Gotta be careful with scissors, kids. Don't forget. So if you need a parent to help you, don't be afraid to ask. It's very difficult to cut a paper plate, but I'm sure you guys can do it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Anything will work. Alright, now that I got my hole, I can judge it a little later once we finish making the top if it needs to be bigger or however it needs to be. And that's going to be the base of your hat. You want to color this red. Okay. I'm just going to give it a quick coloring. You want to color the rims. And you guys have to use red, white, and blue because those are the colors for our country. You can make these hats for your friends or your family if you're having a 4th of July party, it'd be a great gift, or even just to wear it for the fireworks. Alrighty, then you want to color on the sides a little bit, just like that. Okay, perfecto. Alrighty, now you're going to put your plate to the side and take your white piece of paper. And what you want to do is take your ruler and hold your paper horizontally like this. And you're going to measure out inches on the side of the paper. You want to we're going to make strips like this. So the first inch, you want to draw a little dot to know that's where your first line is going to be. Then you're going to go 2 inches down to the next one. 1 more inch, draw a dot. 2 inches again. 1 more inch. And then another 1 inch, just like that. So then you can take your ruler and draw straight lines. Like that. They don't have to be perfectly straight, but if you can get them pretty straight, that'd be perfect. Okay, so our first strip is 1 inch, our second strip is 2 inches, the third strip is 1 inch again, the fourth strip is 2 inches, and then the 5th, 6th, and 7th inch are all 1 inches as well. Now, you're going to alternate coloring from the first strip to the second strip, and you're going to color those red. You want to make it look kind of like the American flag. Make sure you can color inside the lines. You don't want to interfere in the white strip. You can go over it a little, it's not dark enough. Okay. Now you're going to leave this strip white and go to the next strip and color this one red too. Over it a little bit. Just like that. Now, you're going to take in your bottom 2 strips, this strip's still going to be white, and in the first strip, you're going to draw blue lines up and down just like this. You can make them as thick or as thin as you want, and you're just going to color them in like that. That was a little bigger, but that's okay. It can be as unique as you'd like it. Okay, our last strip. Now, on the strip under that one, you're going to take your blue marker again and draw blue stars. Just how our flag has it. You can make your stars as big or as little as you like. and put how many or how little you want. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, you're going to take the last strip and fold it up. Just like that. You want to fold on that line on the bottom of the star strip. Just like that. Make sure it's nice and straight, and perfectly creased. And now you're going to cut slits in it every few inches. Doesn't matter. I cut just 4. So when you fold it into a cylinder, you can use the bottom as a base. Oops. Okay. First I'm going to tape it so then I can show you guys a little better. So I'm going to put some tape on. Oops. This side. A little more right there. And I'm going to fold this. And you can match up your lines just like that. Okay. If you need a few pieces of reinforcement tape, that's fine. Just like that. Oops. Father Time's going to be so proud of us. Uh-oh. For making this great Uncle Sam's hat. Alright, now the bottom should fold out. You need to cut a few more slits, which I may have to. That's fine. You want to fold them up all like that. Now you're going to take the cylinder you've created and put it on top of your paper plate, the rim of your paper plate. And you want to tape down the little flaps you cut at the bottom. Okay. Oops. It's a little difficult, just take your time. These scissors out of the way. This is coming out to be like a really cool hat. All right, and look at that. Now, once you've taped it all on, you have your very own Uncle Sam's hat. You can wear it just like that. Well, I hope you guys had fun today, and you have fun feeling like Uncle Sam on the month of July. See you next time, kids. Bye.
What the fuck was that?
Wow, that kite looks pretty cool. I can't wait to try that out on my own.
Hey, Miss Rachel, did you know how we discovered that lightning was actually a form of electricity?
Maybe was it because when it lights up in the sky and just like a light bulb lights up in a room, it's electricity goes through the houses?
No, Miss Rachel. It was actually discovered by Benjamin Franklin in an experiment using a kite with a key attached to the end.
Whoa, no way! Like the kites were made today?
Yes. But maybe not exactly like those, but definitely very similar. What Benjamin Franklin did was that he took a kite and he tied a key to the very, very end of it, and he just let it fly. This was when there was a thunderstorm out. He flew the kite into the air, and the key was charged by electricity from the lightning bolts.
Wait, Father Time, how did he discover this charge?
Well, I'm getting there, because When he brought his kite down and went to touch the key, he received a shock from the different charges from his body and from the key. This created a little spark in the sky, and Benjamin Franklin discovered that lightning bolts were actually a form of electricity in the sky.
That is so cool. I can't wait to teach everybody that story when I show them my homemade new kite. Well, I hope you guys had a great time today. I know I did, and I can't wait to teach you all. I keep messing it up. Can we just switch back to my camera again?
Grammatically, it's incorrect.
I
A lot of
know.
it is incorrect. Like, most of my
Sorry.
part was wrong.
Just like go from that camera so I can just switch. Okay. So that is so cool. That is so cool, and I can't wait to teach everyone that story when I show them my new homemade kite. Well, I hope you guys had a great time today. I know I did, and I can't wait to teach all my friends and family about my new knowledge on the 4th of July, the tallest and largest sandcastle, and how lightning bolts are actually electricity in the sky. I'm also really excited to fly my kite, wear my hat, and build a sandcastle, and of course, to remember all my safety tips for when I go to the pool or the beach. I hope you kids do too. Well, it's getting late, and it's time to settle down with a nice story with Nighttime Nanny. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time, kids. Bye!
Hi kids! Today we're going to read Let's Fly a Kite. Oh no, I forgot I lent that book to Officer Safety. I guess we'll read If I Found a Wistful Unicorn by Anne Ashford. If I found a wistful unicorn and brought him to you all forlorn, would you pet him? If I took an empty midnight train across the country in the rain, would you meet me? If I picked a little flower up and put it in a paper cup, would you smell it? If I found a secret place to go, with you the only one to know, would you be there? If my cricket coughed and got the flu and needed warmth and comfort too, would you hold him? If my rainbow were to turn all gray and wouldn't shine at all today, would you paint it? If my birch tree were afraid at night and couldn't sleep without a light, would you bring one? If my soul were feeling all alone and wasn't near a telephone, would you write to it? If my clock developed nervous strain and needed help to talk again, would you fix it? If I ran backwards up a tree and called for you, follow me, would you do it? If my turtle got a nervous tick and couldn't swim because he was sick, would you sit with him? If I said that I could dance for you, as hard as that would be to do, would you watch me? If my pet turnip turned on me and bit me fiercely on the knee, would you bandage it? If my obese came tumbling down and fell in pieces on the ground, would you pick it up? If my nightingale were a monotone and much too shy to sing alone, would you hum with him? If my wart decided yesterday to be a dimple anyway, would you notice? If all that I would do would be to sit and talk to you, would you listen? If any of these things you'll do, I'll never have to ask, do you love me? All right, kids, good night.